Guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x squared minus 6 squared minus 6 is equal to x. And what I'm first going to do is I'm actually going to set a equal to x squared minus 6. So I'm going to set the variable a equal to x squared minus 6. And if this is true, and if we substitute in a for x squared minus 6, our equation would be a squared minus 6 is equal to x. So now if this is true, and let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now, I'm actually going to subtract both of these. I'm going to subtract x squared minus a squared. So x squared minus a squared. And what ends up happening is we get the result as a minus x. X squared minus a squared is equal to a minus x. So if we have something in the form m squared minus n squared, this can also be written as m plus n times m minus n. Meaning x squared minus a squared is equal to x plus a times x minus a. And now if I add x on both sides, we would get plus x, and then if I subtract a on both sides, we would get minus a, and now because there's nothing left on our right hand side, we would simply have 0. So now I'm going to factor out x minus a from this. So x minus a times x minus a, x plus a times x minus a divided by x minus a is simply just x plus a. And x minus a divided by x minus a is 1. So we have x plus a plus 1. And this is equal to 0. So now this would actually give us two equations. We would have x minus a is equal to 0. And for this, if we add a on both sides, we simply get x is equal to a. And if x is equal to x squared minus 6, because remember, a is equal to x squared minus 6 and x equals a. That means x equals x squared minus 6. And if we subtract by x on both sides, so we get 0 is equal to x squared minus x minus 6. Now we have a quadratic equation, and this would actually be simplified to 0 is equal to x minus 3 times x plus 2, meaning our two solutions for x would be x is equal to 3 and x is equal to -2. However, there is still another equation. We still have x plus a plus 1 equals 0. So if x plus a plus 1 is equal to 0, that means that x is equal to, I'm going to subtract everything and move it to the right-hand side, negative a minus 1. And I'm actually going to plug in a. A is x squared minus 6, so this means x is equal to negative 1 times x squared minus 6 is negative x squared plus 6 minus 1, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So we have negative x squared plus 5. So now if we subtract x on both sides, we get 0 is equal to x squared plus x minus 5. And if we plug this into our quadratic formula, we get negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 21 over 2. So these are our two other equations. We have negative 1 plus the square root of 21 over 2 and negative 1 minus the square root of 21 over 2. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of x plus 1 plus 2 to the power of x minus 1 equals 20. So our first step is going to be simplifying this left side here. And if you guys already didn't know, I'm going to be showing you guys a important property of exponents. Let's say we have a to the power of b plus c, right? Well, this is also equal to a to the power of b times a to the power of c. Because remember, when we were adding exponents, when we were multiplying exponents, we would add the exponents. So all we're doing is reversing this. So now that we know this, we're actually going to use this property on both of these terms, 2 to the power of x plus 1 and 2 to the power of x minus 1. So 2 to the power of x plus 1, as I said, a to the power of b plus c equals a to the power of b times a to the power of c. So b in this case would be x and c would be 1. So this would equal 2 to the power of x plus 1 would equal a to the power of b, so 2 to the power of x times a to the power of c, so 2 to the power of 1. And we're going to do the same thing with 2 to the power of x minus 1. So 2 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of negative 1. And 2 to the power of negative 1, this can be simplified into 1/2. So this is 2 to the power of x times 1/2. So now that we know this, why don't we write our equation in its simplified form? So we're going to have 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of 1 is simply 2. So 2 plus 2 to the power of x times 1/2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of x over 2. And this is still equal to 20. So now, as you see, we have our equation, and if you notice, we have two terms with 2 to the power of x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to factor out 2 to the power of x. So if we factor out 2 to the power of x, we get, well, 2 to the power of x times 2 divided by 2 to the power of x is simply 2 plus, this is the same thing as 1/2 times 2 to the power of x. So 1/2 times 2 to the power of x divided by 2 to the power of x is simply 1/2. So we have 2 to the power of x times 2 plus 1/2 equals 20. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this stuff in the parentheses a little bit. 2 plus 1/2. Let me write this right here. 2 over 1 plus 1/2. We multiply our denominator, so we get 2 as our denominator. Then we do cross multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 4 plus 1, which is 5. And this is really simple. So this gets us 2 to the power of x times 5 over 2 is equal to 20. And I'm going to write this up here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to divide by 5 over 2 on both sides. So 20 divided by 5 over 2 is the same thing as 20 times 2 over 5. And 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 2, these two cancel out. So on this side, we just have 2 to the power of x. Now 20 times 2 over 5, 20 times 2 is 40. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So we have 2 to the power of x equals 8. 2 to the power of x equals 8. So 2 to the power of what equals 8? And as we all know, that is 3. So x equals 3 is our answer. So now why don't we go ahead and plug this into our equation and see if it is right. So we have 2 to the power of 3 plus 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 equals 20. 2 to the power of 3 plus 1 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4 plus 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 is the same thing as 2 squared. And this equals 20. 2 to the power of 4 is 16 plus 2 squared is 4. So we have 16 plus 4 equals 20. And 16 plus 4 is 20. So 20 does indeed equal 20. And because this is right, we know that x equals 3.